a lot of times I would try to hide it from my fiance just because he'd be like, damn girl, you spending hella money. I'm like, no, I'm not. We need it. We need it. We need it. We didn't really need all the stuff that I ordered, but it's just so much more convenient to go on your phone, click a button, pay for it, and it's there the next day or even the same day. Hi guys, I'm back. If you are new here, welcome guys, and if you are coming back to my channel, thank you guys so much for watching. I have been MIA on YouTube for 2 weeks. I normally post 2 videos a week, but yeah, it's been super crazy busy for my family. I'm not gonna get into the details, but basically we had to deal with our loved one passings. We had to deal with all of that, and then also my sister-in-law had a baby, so we were busy with that all in the same week. Then the next week that I wanted to start recording again, my son got sick the day of, so it's just been really crazy busy. We've been driving around a lot, about an hour and a half away, and then I've been staying at my mom's house, or before the birth of my nephew, we were staying at my mom's house a lot because my fiance was really busy with the funeral and everything that goes on before that. But anyways, let's get started. In today's video, I wanted to do 2 things: life update really quick, and then also talk about things that I wish I had known postpartum, or like right after having a baby, as well as how life has changed as a mom. So my son is now 20 months old, so he's a big boy now, but there's so much things that at the time after having baby, I was like, damn, nobody told me about this, or like, why didn't anybody warn me, or like, it's just certain things that I didn't prepare for. I was like the Google and YouTube queen. I thought I knew everything that I needed to know, but I didn't. I guess some things you just have to experience until it happens to you. So I'm gonna go into that. If you're new here, please make sure to click on the subscribe button and give it a like. Also click on the little bell so you get notified when I post videos. One thing I'm going to be working on a lot is not saying because I've been watching a lot of my videos and I say a lot, so I'm working on that. The first update I want to talk about is, so I have talked about how I'm a stay-at-home mom. I've been a stay-at-home mom. I had a full-time career working in the public sector and nonprofit sector, and I actually got my master's degree in public administration, so I had a full-on career before having my son. But after he was born, I knew when I was pregnant that I wanted to take time off. I didn't know how long, or if I even ever was gonna want to go back to work, but I do genuinely love the field that I was in. I did a lot of nonprofit work, so I am currently actively looking for new positions, not full-time though, part-time, and that's kind of been the tricky part in my sector, working in the public administration and government nonprofit sector, that a lot of jobs or a lot of opportunities are available, but they're full-time, and I'm just not ready. My family's not ready for me to go back to work full-time. I don't want to put him in daycare, and I don't necessarily want to leave him with grandparents full-time, and I also don't want to. I want to fully enjoy him until he goes to school. So with that being said, I am actively looking for part-time positions, and I did apply for a couple positions, and I did actually, I got an interview, but I had to deny the interview just because it was a full-time position, unfortunately, but it was really great pay. It was with a great organization and everything. But yeah, that's a huge life update. Another update is that we live in a rental right now, and I love this place where we live. We've been here for about 3 years, but every year the rent increases, and especially in the Bay Area, the rent increases are insanely expensive. So we are actually looking as of mid-August, to rent a house. So right now we live in an apartment. We are looking to rent a house, and then after a year renting that house, start our search for buying a house. So God willing, that will all happen. But yeah, we will not be here for much longer. Probably, yeah, we will get the rent increase in August, and then once August hits, we can start really seriously looking. Right now, we just kind of been looking at our price range and what we can afford and like the area, but we do want to live into a house because right now we live in an apartment. We want a backyard, we have a dog, and my kid really needs more space. So, I mean, he doesn't need it. We'd be fine regardless where we are, but ideally we would want a house with a backyard and a garage and place for more storage. So coming October when our lease is up, we will not be here anymore. The first thing would be hot flashes. Guys, I did not realize how hot you get, how sweaty you get, and like maybe TMI, but I never had BO, I never really smelled or anything, but after having my son, I noticed that I would be sweating a lot and it would be like hot flashes, especially at night. Nighttime sweats were horrible. So and my son was born in November, so it's pretty cold where we live. It's the winter months, which is, we live in California, it's never that cold, but it was pretty cold, and I would be sweating. I literally could not wear a lot of clothes because I was always really, really hot. So I wasn't prepared for that. I actually wore a lot of my big girl pants, is what I call them, like extra large pajama pants a lot, that were like cotton, that were really light, because I like my area to be very like airy, especially after having babies. So that was really, really annoying because I was always hot. So yeah, that was really annoying. The next thing that I wish I had known postpartum was weight loss. What I'm trying to say is that I lost all the baby weight. I did pretty quick, but I gained it all back, and this wasn't until months later. So that's what I mean with I wish I had known postpartum, that it was gonna be easy to lose the weight at the beginning, at least for me. But now my son's 20 months old and it's not even postpartum weight. Having a child, I guess, changed my body and where I carry my weight. So yeah, it's definitely been a challenge to stick to a disciplined plan. Well, I was pretty active in my pregnancy. I mentioned this before in previous videos, but what I mean with postpartum weight, the weight loss, I lost all my weight. Mind you, I had my baby, I lost all the weight. And what's crazy is that my son is now 20 months old and I now gained the weight back, which is really weird to me because I know a lot of you moms can relate. You lose the weight after your baby and then you gain it, but like way later on, like once your kids are probably a little older. My son's 20 months old and I'm at the same weight I was right after giving birth, which is crazy to me because I've never been in those numbers. So I mean, I'm like not totally tripping about it because I'm working on it now. As of like today, I started implementing like my diet, weight loss goals, and like really going to the gym. I've been going to the gym, but I wasn't consistent or disciplined. It was just more for my mind, just to be sane, and like it's something that I do for myself. But I wasn't really necessarily going to push myself or to lose weight. It's just kind of bullshitting, you know, which is fine. But now I have a goal and I want to hit it in 10 weeks and just get back a lot of my muscle and lose, not necessarily get, right now the goal is to lose fat, lose the weight, so I can feel comfortable in my own skin, because I know my body and everything's gone wider. I did measurements today and everything's gone a lot wider, and I gained it all like in my hips, in my waist, in my hips, in my butt, in my thighs. My arms have gotten bigger, so I just don't feel comfortable. But yeah, I will also be making videos about my journey. I think maybe like once every 4 weeks until I hit my goal. So the third thing I didn't know postpartum was what separation anxiety was. Separation anxiety is basically when you feel uneasy, nervous, you get anxious when you're away from your baby. I really did feel this big time. I had crazy anxiety just the thought about leaving, but once I left, the longest time I was away from him the first time was 25 hours. Now the second time around was just recently for my girls' bachelorette. I was gone for 52 hours. So I'm really happy I did it, but the idea of leaving him really stressed me out. I wouldn't sleep. So yeah, I didn't even realize what separation anxiety was until after I had my son. The next thing, guys, bladder. Let's talk about your bladder. So I know this isn't the case for every single person, but for me, my bladder completely changed, and like TMI, I don't care. But I was always able to, like, you know, if I needed to go to the bathroom, I can hold it. But now if I know I need to go right away, because if I laugh, if I hold it in for too long, I won't make it. So, I mean, oh my God, I can't even believe I'm saying this. But yeah, I have a really weak bladder, and I don't know if it's because I didn't do my pelvic exercises or my what is it, the kettle, whatever the Kegel exercises that you're supposed to do. I didn't do them, so I do highly suggest you guys look into that, talk to your doctors, and do them right after having a baby, because I didn't, and I'm just like really weak down there now, my bladder. So yeah, it totally changed, and now I'm like an old lady. I don't wear diapers or anything, but I think one day maybe I'm gonna have to. Okay, so for the next one, what has changed as a mom? Guys, everything has changed. Everything. Like, it is by far the hardest job I have ever had. I didn't realize just how hard it was gonna be. Especially, I mean, for my experience as a stay-at-home mom, I think people a lot of time think that being a stay-at-home mom is a luxury, or that, you know, you get to just chill and like watch TV and like just hang out with your baby, but that's not the case. From the second that my son wakes up to the second that he goes to sleep, and even after that I'm up and doing stuff, it's very rare to see me like just chilling. Well, now that he's older, he does chill a lot more, so I could do it a lot more now. But there's always something going on. For example, in the mornings, you know, he wakes up, I change his diaper, I make him breakfast, he eats, and then at that time, I try to drink coffee, but by the time that I make my coffee and I sit down, he's throwing food, or I have to clean him up, or he wants something. So, and then I have to clean after he makes a huge mess. So it's like little things like that. It's so many little things that you have to do around the house. And then, of course, being a toddler now, 20 months old, he's super active, he's super hyper, and he has a lot of energy. So if we're just in the house all day, he'll destroy it, or he'll get like really like bored, even if we do activities. So we're constantly doing stuff. So every day we try to do something, either go outside or go to a park, something. We're always doing some type of physical activity. So yeah, it's definitely the hardest job, because physically, mentally, like everything, you're exhausted. But it is still the best job I have ever had. I feel that being a mom, I know it's gonna sound kind of cliche, but being a mom truly was my calling. I love my job before, I love my career. I mean, what I went to school for and everything, not necessarily my job that I was at before, but I thought I knew what happiness and success was, and then I had my son, and it totally changed everything in my life, which I'm so grateful for, and I'm so happy, truly happy now being a mom. The second thing that has changed as a mom is or as a parent is definitely, like, now I sympathize a lot with kids. I used to get annoyed when I was on a plane and there was a child screaming. Like, I'd be like, oh my God, girl, control your kid. Definitely, I used to get annoyed with kids in the plane or in restaurants when they were screaming, or I would see kids at Target sometimes that were like being little brats or whatever. But now that I have a 20-month-old and he's wild, and sometimes he'll throw tantrums, I'm just like, I feel you, girl. It's okay. I'll smile at a mom. I'll be like, do you need help? I offer help. I smile, or I just laugh to make her feel comfortable, you know, or a dad. I mean, mostly moms that I see this happening with. But yeah, it's just definitely, if you see a mom or someone struggling, a parent, somebody struggling with a toddler or a baby, like, maybe reach out, ask, do you need help, or are you okay? Or like, just smile, because that makes them feel a lot less anxious and a lot more like not as stressed or embarrassed, because it could be hard. So definitely what has changed also is how much I appreciate the little things. I now volunteer myself to do anything that revolves me leaving my kid. So it'll be like, oh, we don't have milk. I'll go to the store to get the milk. Or you know what? Let me go grocery shopping really quick. Or let me throw out the trash. Anything that means me walking away and being by myself for a few minutes or even seconds, like going out of the car around to get my son, like all these little things I am so grateful for, and I appreciate them so much more. I appreciate my cup of coffee, I appreciate my alone time, I appreciate my time at the gym. Everything that I basically took for granted before, I appreciate it so much more. I also am surprised of how much I love a routine. I love a routine. Like, if I'm not in my element, if I'm out, or like if I'm gone for a while, say for example, I was at my friend's bachelorette, and like I'm just like itching to go back home to what I know. This sometimes can be bad because you always want to be home, or you always want to be like around a routine, and that sometimes can be dangerous because then you don't necessarily do fun things, I guess. But no, I definitely do like a routine. It makes me feel calm. Like I'm in control. So yeah, I'm definitely like that. Another thing, guys, and I think this is huge, is how much I am my mother's daughter. My mom annoyed hell out of me before when I did live with her. Even till this day, when I come over, she is like always cleaning. She cannot sit down. Every time she's about to leave, she has to clean something. She has to pick something up. Like, you can't walk out of the door she can't walk out of the house just straight, grab her purse and walk out. She has to grab her purse, put this back, wipe down a counter. Like, that's me. I'm still my mother's daughter with that. I don't know, it's just little things that I do that I notice that I do that she does. And now I feel like we are so much closer, mother and daughter, after becoming a mom. I like want to talk to her about certain things that I thought were boring before, like the color of the vegetables, or this fruit is on sale, mom, or like she would be like, oh look, at this store the shrimp is $2 less than it is over there. I'm like, oh really? Okay. Like, we just share little tips like that or whatever, and it sounds like I sound like such a grandma, but those type of things like make me excited now. Or telling her, mom, I found this new cleaning liquid for the stove, you need to try it. Or she'll share little things with me. So it's funny, but like, she really, I feel, has become a lot closer to me now that I'm a mom, because I'm a lot more open. So definitely, you know, appreciate your parents and try to build relationships with them that maybe a lot of times I feel like we blame our parents for, but a lot of times it's us. Okay, so the last and final thing is, as a first-time mom, or as a mom period, how much money I spend on Amazon. I order all the time. I used to, when baby was a newborn, I used to order like every single day there was packages coming. A lot of times I would try to hide it from my fiance just because he'd be like, damn girl, you spending hella money. I'm like, no, I'm not. We need it. We didn't really need all the stuff that I ordered, but it's just so much more convenient to go on your phone, click a button, pay for it, and it's there the next day or even the same day. Like, that was life-changing for me. Yeah, so I didn't realize just how much money I would spend on, or how much money my fiance would spend on Amazon because of me. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.